Hello and welcome. It's me, Miss Hans, and I'm going to teach you how to make a traditional Puerto Rican Vejigante mask. Remember, these masks are used during the celebration of Carnival that happens every February in Puerto Rico, where there's parades and dancing and music and food and kind of spooky Vejigantes that are meant to scare away the bad vibes during this awesome party time. They've been around since 711 AD, back when they were used as mascots for battle, but now they're just used as part of the party. So let's get started. First off, I'm going to shrink myself tiny. And now you can watch me work on the big screen. All right. So first off, you're going to select 3 colors of paper like this. One of the colors will be for the background, one will be for the head, and one will be for the big horns. I've got an example right here, the background, the head, and the big horns. So I'm going to choose my background color to be this green. Make sure that you write your name and your class at the top. Let's see, let's pretend I'm part of 3-1 today. Shout out to 3-1. Flip that puppy over, and now I'm going to choose a color for the head of my Vejigante. I'm going to choose this purple color. And with the paper the tall way, fold your paper in half. We also call this the hot dog way. Shout out to my hot dog lovers. Next, you're going to need to trace a shape for the head. Make sure that you do this along the folded edge, this edge right here, not the flappy edge. No, don't choose me. Okay, I'm being silly. There's a couple different head shapes you can choose from. There is a round shape, which makes just basically like a circle-shaped head. There's an egg shape that's thicker at the top, skinnier at the bottom, like an egg. And then there's a more square-shaped head. Choose whichever one you like the best. I'm going to go with the round shape today. Line up that flat, straight edge with the folded edge of your paper, trace it, and cut it out. Let me grab a pencil here. Trace and cut. All right. Once we cut this out, because it's on the fold, it's going to make one big symmetrical head. Remember, the word symmetrical means the same on both sides. Save this scrap. Your neighbor might be able to use it. This is kind of a team effort today. Now, when I open this head, if it's perfectly here, and I can glue it down. When you glue, make sure that you leave a little space between the edge of the paper and your glue line. That's not only good for being able to hold it with your thumb without getting it stuck in the glue, but it's also going to come in handy when we add the horns later. So leave a space between the very edge of the paper and the glue. Now flip it and stick it. Boom, there we go. Beautiful. Now it's time for the horns. That's where this third piece of paper comes in. We're going to fold it into 4 sections. So that just means in half 2 times. From the bottom to the top, line up those corners as close as you can. Press and smooth. And now we're going to fold it from side to side. Beautiful. Because I now have 4 layers of paper, when I cut out my horn shape, I will have 4 horns, which is perfect. So with this rectangle of paper here, I want you to pay attention to it right on your table here and notice how one edge has 2 folds. One edge has just a single fold. One edge has 4 flaps down here, and the other edge has 4 flaps. Turn your paper so that the side that has these 4 flaps is at the bottom. Now I'm ready to cut out a horn shape. There's lots of different ways to do these horns. They can have round tips, or they can have pointed tips. They can be sort of curved, or they can be straight. It's up to you. They might even have more of an antler feel with like 2 points. It's up to you, but starting at the very bottom edge where those kind of 4 flaps are, we see the 4 layers of open paper here at the bottom, I'm going to make a horn that is about 3 fingers wide. I'm going to start at this bottom edge, go up almost to the top, make my shape, and then end it down here. Make sure it's a nice wide horn. If it's too skinny scrawny, there's a good chance it could get ripped off. Now with my paper folded, I'm going to cut through all 4 layers of that paper to create 4 horns that are all exactly the same shape. It's 4 for the price of 1, kids. What kind of deal are you ever going to see at the store like that? 4 for the price of 1. All right, save this scrap as well. We can maybe use this later. Now I've got these 4 beautiful horns, and I can attach them to my Vejigante in whatever arrangement that I like. So take some time to play around with, if you want just like 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, get a little like beard action down here. If you want them sticking straight out the sides, it's however you, oh, that looks like a Who from Whoville, from Dr. Seuss. Okay, I think I like this arrangement. Once you've decided what you want your arrangement to be, it's time to glue them in. Peel back a flap here. That's why we left a little space so that we were able to peel back that flap. Add a little glue, and you can tuck that horn right in. Perfect. So we'll do that all the way around. And after this, it'll be time for the mini horns. For those mini horns, we want a totally different color. So this is where stealing comes into play. Your neighbor has probably been using different colors than you, so you could steal a scrap from them to use your mini horns. This is somebody's scrap they must have used for the head. I'm going to fold it so I've got another 4 layers of paper here. And cutting through those 4 layers of paper, now I'm going to make a shorter horn, maybe in a different style. This time I'm just going for like a straight round-tipped horn. And with these, you can do the same thing. Play around with how you might want them arranged. Ooh, that looks like ears. This is starting to look like a moose Vejigante. Maybe I'll name it Ralph. Ralph the Moose Vejigante. Play around with that. You don't have to use all 4. You could maybe just use 2 or 3 or even 1. Just make it a unicorn situation. Up to you.